My name is Comfort Gideon. Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's few days to my baby's first year birthday, and I'd like to share my pregnancy experience with you. In 2020, during the pandemic, during the lockdown, one fateful day, I think it was a Tuesday, I woke up with this body pains and all of that, slight headache. Even though I had lots of energy to work, I washed, I cleaned my house, did laundry, and a few other things like that. But in between, I felt like my body was shaking, and I told my husband about it. But I still said I wanted to go to the to go buy some things. He refused that. Didn't you say your body is shaking? Didn't you say you're not feeling fine? Where are you going to? So I said I felt like, can't I go? Have I not been the one going and all of that? I insisted that I wanted to go. He refused. So I laid down, had some rest, but the feverish feeling didn't go away. So eventually the next day, I did a home pregnancy test using a test strip, and lo and behold, I found out I was pregnant. So I had to calm down. No? So I started feeling some metallic taste in my mouth, speed and all of that. I could not eat. I was weak. I laid down almost throughout the whole day for a couple of weeks. I didn't throw up. I didn't throw up like some people say they usually throw up. I didn't throw up, but I had lots of spit in my mouth that I had to wake up. Eventually, after the first few weeks of pregnancy, I got a lot better, but the first thing I do in the morning is to eat. If I wake up and let's say by 7 o'clock I don't eat, oh my god, I will start having a lot of spit in my mouth. I'll be throwing up, I'll be spitting frequently. So I started eating first thing in the morning and like every 2 hours interval. It was a very beautiful experience. After the first trimester, I became very agile, active. I'll wake up, do my makeup, go to work, and people will make jest of me like, this woman, do you know you're pregnant? But I'm like, it's just pregnancy. I'm still me. Like, hello, should I just disappear or forget existing because I'm pregnant? So they said, don't worry, a time is coming, just don't worry, enjoy yourself while it lasts. I didn't know what they were talking about actually. I was like, what could be worse than this? But it was a very beautiful experience. The second trimester was, for me, the most beautiful part of it. I enjoyed myself. Okay, I heard that a lot of people have pregnancy cravings, but did I have it? I don't know, but I know I ate a lot of jollof rice and chicken. Yes, for me, okay, I didn't literally go out to beg people for food, but those within my household, they know that if they're eating jollof rice around me, they cannot finish eating it without giving me. I'll literally beg them to give me. That was the only thing I begged. That was the only thing I begged somebody for, jollof rice. Yes. I remember on one occasion, one of my brother-in-laws was in my house and a family friend, and they came back from an occasion with rice. Oh my god. I did not even wait for them to invite me. I just had to tell them, please bring food for me. And I literally ate the food without even giving them. That's something I will not do on a normal day. Yeah. For those that know me, that's something I will not do on a normal day. But pregnancy, I told them then that it's not me, it's the baby. I know that, okay, pregnant women, they usually eat lots of things. They usually have lots of cravings. And sometimes I feel like some people do it like take advantage of pregnancy to do certain things, to ask for certain things, to eat certain things, but there are some that are actually the baby and not them. So if you say pregnant woman asking or eating certain things beside you, please don't get offended. It's actually most of the time because of her pregnancy. So like I was saying, the second trimester was a very beautiful experience. It was the most fun-filled part of the pregnancy period. Yes, it was really interesting. So and during my pregnancy too, I ate lots of fruit, watermelon, oranges. I ate yeah, I ate lots of fruits. Carrots, yes, I ate carrots. Then I ate sugarcane too, a lot of it. I ate sugarcane too. Then I know that some people have this myth concerning certain fruits you shouldn't eat. I heard about them too, so I avoided eating pineapple for most part of my pregnancy, but I ensured to eat lots of other fruits, and vegetable soup too was one of my favorite during my pregnancy period. Yes, I did that. So moving on to the third trimester of pregnancy, my medical appointment got reduced to 2 weeks from the 1 month appointment, and eventually to 1 week intervals. Yes, and then I think towards the last 3 weeks of my pregnancy antenatal appointment, my doctor discovered that there was a time he said I had sugar in my urine, and then in my urine sample. So he said it's trace, so it's nothing to worry about. And then my blood pressure increased. So after the first week they did nothing about it because they said it's trace, so it's nothing to worry about. But when I came back the next week and they examined me, and they didn't find the sugar again actually, but they still said my blood pressure was high, so they placed me on a medication to check it. So one of my sisters advised me, she's a nurse, she advised me to check it. Instead of waiting for my weekly appointments, I should check my blood pressure at intervals, like almost on daily basis from pharmacy close to me, and which I did. But as I kept on checking, I'll tell her the reading every day, and then she's a medical personnel. She was like, this thing is high, you need to rest, you need to sleep. I'm like, am I not resting enough? Okay, the only thing I do is go to work. And in fact, may God bless my employer at that moment, it was very considerate. I was just going to work, and when it's time, it's a teaching job. When it's time to go and teach, I go to class and teach, and when I come back, he allows me rest. He told everybody in school they should not stress me. In fact, during work hours when I was not teaching, he gave me the liberty to go to the sick bay and go and lie down and sleep if I have the need to, and I was always doing that once in a while. So I didn't understand what they were saying. You need to rest, you need to do this, you need to do that. So, but I heed their advice and started resting a lot more, lie down once I come back. And they said I should keep my feet elevated, because I noticed that if I walk a short distance or walk for a few moments during that period, my leg will get swollen. So they advised me to always keep it on an elevated surface and try not to walk so much. It was conflicting because, during that third trimester, a lot of people were saying, you need to walk, you need to do exercise, you need to do this, you need to do that, so that it will aid your delivery process. But now they're telling me I need to rest because of my leg, because my legs were swollen, I need to rest. I'm like, what will I do? So because the blood pressure was becoming a concern, I heeded that advice of resting a lot more, even though I walk at every opportunity I get, but I don't do it overboard. Yes. So I think towards the third week of that 1 week appointment, I came back one day, and then my sister-in-law, that is a nurse, said I should go and check my BP again. I checked it, and she was like, this thing is high, you. I didn't understand. So she called her colleagues that were midwives, and they gave me the phone and actually said, this thing is high, I should not do anything, I should rest a lot. I said, I'm already resting. She said I should not do anything, I should not cook for my husband, I should not cook for anybody. I'm like, what's happening? So she asked me to give her the phone, and she advised her that I should go to the hospital as soon as possible. That was on a Friday, and my next appointment was to be on the Wednesday of the next week. So I was like, what's wrong? I'm taking my medications, and is it that bad? So on the next day, which was Saturday, we went to the hospital. My husband and I went to the hospital, and he dropped me off and actually went out. So I met the doctor and explained my peculiarities to him, that it's not yet time for my delivery, and it's not yet time for my antenatal, but these are my concerns. And he checked my blood pressure again and said, it's high, you. And my blood pressure is high. In fact, he needs to operate me immediately. I'm like, operation? I don't understand. Is it that bad? He said yes. I said, I don't know about that. I've heard a lot of things about CS. I said, I'm not sure. Okay, let me discuss with my husband. He gave me time to call my husband. I told him, okay, can I go home to pick my hospital delivery items at least? He said, no, he won't allow me out of the premises. I said, but I walked in here myself. Like, I walked in here. You didn't call me to come here. He said, it's that bad. He won't leave me to go out because if anything happens to me, they'll hold him responsible. I'm like, are you serious? So, back and forth. My husband came, met with him, called one of our counselor actually in church. She's a matron also in the health profession. So she came, we consulted her, she came, talked with the doctor. She asked that we be transferred to her hospital. So they handed over our papers to her and they wheeled me to the other hospital. It was a Saturday, like I said, a weekend. So they saw everything, the medications I was taking, they took my data and everything. But they said they will not be able to admit me in that hospital on that day because it was a weekend. So they are going to increase the dosage of the medications I was taking and I should come back on the Monday. In fact, the previous hospital, we begged them to even give us a day, do you get, to even take the medication or pray or something, but they refused. But here they said, okay, they are going to increase the dosage of my medication and I'll come back on Monday. That was like 2 days from then. And that was what we did. So when we came back, they checked me again and said I was going to be induced. I was like, induced? What does that even mean? They said, no, it's nothing to worry about. They're just going to give me a drip, an injection, and then within a few hours, my baby will be out. I said, are you sure you can do this with my with the high blood pressure history I have right now? They said it's no problem, that the high blood pressure is just pregnancy induced. I didn't have it before. It's something that is common with pregnant women. I said okay. So we came back on the Monday and they checked me in, and by 12 midnight the procedure started. They gave me they gave me some injections and all of that. They fixed the induction drip for me at about 7 a.m. in the morning. After they fixed the induction drip for me to induce me, I was still gisting with the nurse. I was still talking. In fact, I took in a drink and water in there, so I was still sipping it. Yeah, and a doctor come and check me once in a while to check how far, if I'm dilating and all of that. And it was going on fine. But I started noticing that I was feeling pains. It would come as if contraction, right? As if the baby is pushing. It should just push and stop. It started with like 30 seconds interval. So when it happens, I'll not be able to talk. I'll just keep quiet. And then when it goes, I'll become normal again and all of that. But eventually it started coming more frequently. Initially, I was singing. I would sing. When the pain increased, I was speaking in tongues. I'll call my husband. He was outside. They didn't allow him come in. So I was all in there. I was begging them, please, can you call my husband? Please call my husband. They're like, no, he's here, he can hear me. But they didn't allow him come in. I was pissed. I was angry with the doctors and the nurses in there. It got to a point that I told them, please come and remove this thing from my body. I'm not doing it again. Come and remove it, please. And they're just there looking at me like, I don't know what I was talking about. The pain is out of this world. I did everything. Okay, when they didn't allow my my husband come in, my sister was also there. I had to tell them, please call my sister, that they should call her for me. So they called her. She came and I told her that, please, can you beg these people to remove this thing from my body? I'm not doing it again. This pain is too much. But she begged me. She did as if she was cooperating with me, and then she left. God. I can't even explain 1/4 of what I went through in there to you. But in all, God is faithful. He came through for us, and in exactly 7 hours, about 2 30, my baby came out. Exactly 7 hours, my baby came out, and I was excited, but the pain the pain was out of this world, because I had an episiotomy, and it's not funny. It wasn't funny. That's like the highest form of pain I've experienced in my life. Oh my god. Oh my god. You cannot imagine it. You don't know what I want to talk about. Nobody told me about it, the experience, that it was going to be like that. I had to call my mom after that and like, are you like, is this what you went through and you gave birth to like 7 of us? She said it's like that, and in all, I'm grateful to God. The journey has been a very interesting one, and seeing my baby, oh my god, seeing my baby now, I am thankful to God. In fact, me and my baby story is a story for another day, because some people don't believe that I'm her mother. In all, God is faithful. Today, when I look at my baby and I look at my family, like, I have every reason to thank God for the beautiful gifts of this baby. If you're expecting and wishing for the gift of a baby as well, just trust God, and I pray that God will give you your heart desire, just as He has also done for me and for our family. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more interesting content. Thank you.